Good morning, everyone. As Evan was just saying, for those that aren't familiar with NESO, we are the National Energy System Operator. We were established just over a year ago, actually, in October 24, as an independent, publicly owned body to provide a whole systems view of the energy sector and help develop and plan its strategic direction. We operate independently from the government and are focused on delivering value for consumers in a secure and decarbonised energy system. Much of the work that we do is actually invisible. We do the second-by-second balancing of supply and demand on the grid, keeping the lights on. But NESO's work touches every home, every school, every hospital, every factory. We serve as the architect for how the energy system interacts with all types of consumer and how the energy system will develop in the future. As Emily was just saying, we really do stand at a really critical inflection point right now. We've already seen significant change over the last decade, changes which lay the foundations for what will come next. Coal, which was once the backbone of the system here in Great Britain, has been fully removed off the electricity system as of October 24, making Great Britain the first G7 and G20 country to do so. At the same time, we've seen a huge expansion of the amount of renewable generation on the grid, with comfortably over half of our electricity coming from zero carbon sources last year. This year, we might even see short periods where we run the grid on 100% zero carbon sources, which would be an incredible achievement for Great Britain. This clearly demonstrates the pace of change that the energy system is experiencing and sets a precedent for the future energy system. It shows that rapid change is achievable and consistent with maintaining a secure and reliable and affordable energy system. As our energy system continues to change, so will the way that consumers, householders, interact with it. We look at the system holistically, meaning we look at every part of it, from large-scale power plants and gas infrastructure right down to smart homes and batteries. The role that homes and batteries consumers will play in the future energy system is at the heart of the transition, and consumers will increasingly interact directly with it. This means that many of the changes that we've seen so far in the energy system have, for a lot of people, been invisible behind closed doors, with consumers mostly unaffected. But that will change as we move forward. I don't need to tell this audience that the grid is now connecting to thousands of decentralised sources of energy, not only small wind and solar farms, but also batteries in people's homes. This pace of change is continuing to accelerate, and how we use energy, particularly in the 28 million households up and down the country, will be a defining feature of the next chapter of the energy story. As the rollout of renewables continues, flexible energy use will become more important to take advantage of lower prices at times of high renewable generation and times of low demand. In particular, where customers choose to use electricity at different times or in different quantities through the day, through the use of smart meters, batteries, vehicle-to-grid technology, that will become really widespread in the system and allows consumers to really take control of what they're using and how much they're paying. NESO has previously advised the government on the importance of flexibility on both the supply and demand side in reducing cost, driving growth, and ensuring electricity security. To illustrate the scale of the change, we said that there was a need to increase demand flexibility 4 to 5 times by 2030. Opportunities to embrace and unlock flexibility are not just about making the energy system secure, it's also allowing consumers to take power into their own hands and to engage more directly with the system. If we take these opportunities and if we can build homes that are ready to take advantage of them, it means we can put power in the hands of consumers. And decisions that all of you are making now will determine whether new homes are fit for the future energy system. We want to bring consumers with us on this journey through building the homes of the future, where digital connectivity is embedded and consumers have access to the tools they need to control their energy. We can make sure that homes are being designed as an active part of the energy system. More importantly, it will mean that households can also become active participants, ensuring that the transition is something that is done with us all and not to us. So as the energy system as a whole moves towards a cleaner, secure, affordable system, I want to stress to you the importance that households and houses will have in that transition. And we can design homes in a way that allows people to generate their own power with their own solar panels. We can design them so that they can sell their own electricity to the grid via electric cars and batteries. We can give people control over their energy costs by allowing them to take advantage of time of use tariffs and shift demand when cost is lowest. You can play a role in making sure that happens, not just because it makes sense for consumers or because it means that new homes will be built ready for the coming decades, but because it's also the right thing to do for climate and to support the transition. Thank you.